Good morning, guys. Okay, a company that I'm very excited to have owned products from, to have tested, to have enjoyed, to really look. When I look at the landscape of firearms, you need help. Okay, hold on. What? Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so look, no, look, guys. I'm very okay. So I have. Let me start over, guys. Where are we at? We're at 1 minute 27 seconds. Sorry, my internet is really slow for whatever reason. Um, I'm a huge fan of FN. And what does that mean? I mean, I've owned the 509. I think the 509 is probably one of the best 9mm handguns. And then the FNX 45, in my opinion, is probably the best 45 ACP firearm. Defensive pistol. That's why I say look at every pistol is a defensive tool. So I will speak about it as it is. But FN is exciting to me because of this 510, the FN 510. Because it shows kind of like how rugged the platform is. And so I want to see an FN chambered in 357 SIG, because I'm a huge fan of 9mm. And if you look at 380, 9mm, 38 Super, and 357 SIG, they're all kind of very similar. They're like sister calibers. Like they all are sending roughly the same bullet at different speeds. You have 380 sending in 90 grain. Look, from my reloading manual, I know there's a lot of reloading manuals out there, but you have 380 sending a 90 grain bullet at about 1,000 feet per second. That same bullet out of a 9mm is about 1,300 feet per second. 38 Super, you're about 1,400 feet per second. You're about the same speed, maybe a little bit faster than 9mm. And then you have 357 SIG taking that 90 grain bullet to about 1,600 feet per second. So I want to see an FN 509, no, an FN 5 357. I don't know how the numbering works. 10mm, 9mm, but 538. I want to see an FN 538 for a 38 Super, or a model that has, look, FN. You're in my opinion doing the best when it comes to making a quality firearm that it's appealing to me. I still want to get a 502. That's where I'm at. My sons will be hopefully introducing them to shooting, self-defense sport, the self-defense industry, the self-defense mindset. I don't know, the self-defense platform, the self-defense concept. So I think a 502 is kind of like a great start. You have a hammer, so you can understand the concept of what is going on. The hammer is hitting the primer, which is then hitting the firing pin, which then the firing pin then strikes the primer, which then ignites the powder within the casing that then launches the bullet, right? So I'm excited to teach my sons about firearms. I think it's not just firearms, the self-defense mindset. See, I'm correcting my own self here while I'm talking to you on YouTube. But FN, please. First of all, I would say FN, you're doing a great job. I want to get a hold of one of these FN 510s and a 502. I really, really appreciate the 509. I ran thousands of rounds through it. I wouldn't say that I'm an expert, with the gun, but I shot it a lot. I think it's a really amazing firearm. The same with the FNX45. I carried that for a while and used it as a carry gun, a defensive carry gun, not a backup. And I think that is probably the best 45. And that's saying a lot because I'm a huge fan of 1911s. I carried a 1911. That I think if it wasn't for the FNX 45, I would just carry a 1911. I think it's a great platform. So please make a threat. And they're like, this guy wants us to make. Nobody's shooting 357 SIG, son, or 38 Super. This guy's just excited for things that nobody cares about. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just passionate about ballistics. That's why when I found ballistic Boondock Saints ballistic platform. No, I just appreciate people who are interested in the same things I'm interested in. You know, like, look, I'm just here to have fun and be creative and try to be silly, but also informative and educational, all wrapped up into one little package. That's me. I'm a short little guy. So thank you. Thank you, FN, for making such great firearms, defensive tools. There, defensive tools. I'm just correcting my language as I'm progressing. So thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. Like, comment, subscribe, but only if you're capable of doing so. I think it's an exciting time to be into almost anything because everything is kind of getting better. I see that with bicycles. I'm excited to try out an electric bike. It's almost like merging, the same with motorcycles, like the electric bicycle and motorcycle kind of like combining. You know, you were seeing like all these exciting things in the firearms industry, like that alien gun. Not just the alien gun, but all these other things. Innovation is real. Okay, thank you guys. I love you. Have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one.